Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Splat. Now then, I wasn't going to do one today, as you may have noticed. I've been a little busy lately and on a sort of hiatus, but I felt an overwhelming urge to make one because I've just experienced some rather extreme nostalgia, you could say. I was looking for a bit of paper to jot down a mind map of something, and I remembered I had this large, blank, mostly empty art book I'd seen recently, because I'd gotten it when I was attending a high school called Castle Russian High School over in the Isle of Man, and I had been, I'd gotten this art book for the new year of art classes, but I'd moved to Australia a couple of weeks later, so I know that the book I've kept for some reason, but I know that it's mostly empty, so I was looking for it to do this jotting, and I found this, and it's the previous art book for the previous year's art, I suppose. And I've just gone through it, and it's full of doodles and stuff, and it gave me an incredible sense of nostalgia. And then I also thought, I haven't done a history of Splatt and 100 objects for a long time, so here you go, this is item 13 or 14 or whatever it is now. It'll be up there in the title, because I'll have looked it up having done the video. But yes, this is an art book. I don't really have many relics of my time at Castle Russian, really, in terms of books beyond this one. I do still have my Castle Russian tie, and it still suffices as a tie in a, an emergency when I really badly need one. So, I mean, I do still have that, but aside from that, there's not many things that survive, but this art book does. And, it says on the front, it says my name, my class, which was 8EMM, because my teacher's name must have been her initials must have been EMM, and I've forgotten them. So I'm really sorry, Mrs. I remember you were a girl. And it was for art class room 3 on Wednesday, lesson 3. So the lesson immediately after break. And you open it up, and it's full of terrible drawings. I will admit I'm a pretty poor drawer. Still am now, I mean, for years I had terrible handwriting. It's not even that good now, but it's a bit better than it was. But I just found it's just full of little doodles. I'll just show you one here from the front of the book. Obviously we were doing something called Drawings from Life. In fact, I'll bring you to me. That's probably better. So, here you go. Drawings from Life. Whoop, there you go. Ta-da! And as you can see down here, the drawings from life are made out of all sorts of things. Down here, there's a picture of a Necron warrior, because at that time I was very into the Warhammer 40,000, and this is Joe the Necron warrior. So there you go. And the whole book is full of these little doodles that are from a long time past, and you remember so many things. There's a drawing of a cup with a cat on it that we used to have, full of little silly things like that. And basically it's about a year's worth of art stuff, just doodles and stuff. And there's there's a drawing I did of my feet sticking out from under my quilt with the toes over a Manchester United blanket. Some things don't change, but some things do. For example, I no longer live in the Isle of Man, but I've drawn a lot of things from my house and things of that nature, which are really nice. There's a couple of articles which have been glued in that must have put in for marking, although there doesn't appear to be any ticks of any case. There was a family crest I designed, and the motto was "Nothing is impossible, just some things are less likely than others." So even back then, I was a little flippant on certain things, and it's just a really nice thing, really. Going through and seeing all these drawings, and the most wonderful thing I found, in and amongst all of this, was a card that was addressed to me, and I pulled out the card, going, "I wonder what this could be," and it was a good luck card. See, good luck, hooray! And it was from someone I knew back when I went to high school with this guy. His name was Giles, and I don't even remember if I received other cards. I'm sure I did, but I can't say for sure. I'd forgotten about this one, to be honest. But it was in an envelope in this art book, and it survived. And, it was a lovely message from Giles, and from, basically just wishing me a great time in Australia and things of that nature. And I've just, basically, I was just filled with an overwhelming sense of just sort of nostalgia and all these memories of my time living on the island, which was it's a beautiful place, and it's also a bit odd. So, it's perfect, really, aside from the bad weather, but it's right in the middle of the British Isles. What do you expect? But yeah, I suppose there you go. That's another item for a history of Splatt and 100 objects. But moreover, it was just a chance finding, really, and it's just it's made me ponder over nostalgia. I mean, I get nostalgic for things that relatively quickly. For things that happened. Well, for example, back when I was doing one of these every day, and I had the time to think about what it was I was going to do, and that sort of thing. And not to say I don't think about what I do now. I do research things, but it's back. I get nostalgic for summer. I'll be honest. It's this winter is starting to annoy me. So very odd. It's a funny thing, nostalgia, but pretty much everyone likes nostalgia. Obviously, if horrible things have happened in your past, obviously you're not nostalgic for them, but for things from the nice things, I suppose. We're nostalgic for nice things. Anyway, that's enough inane prattling from me. I don't know when I'll speak to you all next. I might find another old textbook from the past and reminisce about that particular school. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. I know that we're fast approaching 200 daily splats, or not so daily splats as they should be called. I don't know if I'll mark it with anything in particular, but again, just thank you all for watching, and yeah, that'll do for now. Okay, because I've got to find that bit of paper now. I've still got a mind map to write, and I keep having to I'll forget if I don't. Okay, until I see you again, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and I'll speak to you soon.